Welcome to Healing Outside the Box. I'm Jean Tiberio, and I'm a nutritionist and a wellness coach. You're listening to episode 97, which is 6 easy peasy ways to control calories and lose weight this summer. Now, I don't know where you are, but where I am is Salem, Massachusetts, and it is absolutely gorgeous. We're in the middle of June, and it's 75 degrees, sunny and breezy, and oh so lovely. So I could just break into song at any time, i.e. beware of that. Now, as I promised, I'm getting together some reviews of recipe delivery services. You may have heard of something called Blue Apron, which delivers recipe ingredients to your door. They give you the ingredients in the amounts that is called for, and they give you a recipe card that you can hold on to in the event you want to try it yourself. Now, I'm also trying HelloFresh and Sunbasket, which are similar types of recipe delivery systems, and I'll let you know how everything goes in a few weeks. And I'm not getting paid or reimbursed in any way, so my feelings about how this food tastes comes directly from my heart to you, or my stomach to you. And like my cat Betty, I'm very fussy. So if I say it's good, it's probably good. Okay, so for today's podcast. Now, it seems to me that most people feel it's more difficult to lose weight in the summer because of all the goodies, with that freshly grilled smell wafting into your nose, and the ice cream and so forth. But I'm here to tell you, on a purely biochemistry point of view, that it's actually easier to lose weight in the summer and much hotter in the winter when it's cold and you're likely to shiver if you cut down on your calories. And one of the reasons why you don't need as many calories in the summer is that you don't need as many calories to stay warm. Also, I think you naturally don't have an appetite for all that hot food in the summer. Now, that leads me into the number one way to control calories in the summer, and that is this. Calories are literally heat energy. So if you eat less, you stay cool. The less dense calories are, I'm sure you're guessing this by now, fruits and vegetables, foods with a lot of water, especially fruits like melon and strawberries, are very good foods to fill you up on very few calories. Now, in terms of dense calories, the fats and oils have the most. People ask me about olive oil versus canola oil or soybean oil. Some recipes call for a specific oil, but that's really up to you. Here's the deal on the oils. Imported olive oil is going to be non-GMO, and if you get it from most Italian companies, it's also going to be organic. That would be the way to go. Unfortunately, in this country, canola oil and soybean oil are all genetically modified, so they're GMO oils. Now again, I mentioned in a previous podcast about this whole genetically modified business. What GMO means is that the genes have been modified. The important thing really is why they're modified, and in the case of both canola oil and soybean oil, they're modified to withstand large amounts of Roundup or other herbicides and pesticides, i.e., when you buy these products, you're ingesting some Roundup along with them. So that's why a lot of nutritionists are steering people away from canola oil and soybean oil, where back in the 80s, we were recommending it. It's not that the oil has changed, it's that the product now contains pesticides because of the GMO in it. Okay, that was number one. So let's go back to this calories being heat energy. I love talking about this because the area I studied in school was food chemistry. I'm going to bore you a little bit with this. You can always fast forward if you're not interested. Basically, the definition of a calorie, or kilocalorie, is this. Sometimes those two words are interchanged. A kilocalorie would be 1,000 calories. But here's the definition. A calorie is the heat energy necessary to raise 1 cc of water 1 degree centigrade. Now, I know there was a lot of metrics in there, but basically remember that calories are heat energy. The more calories you take in, the hotter your body is going to be. And maybe that's not such a good thing in the summer, especially when you're outside. A lot of nutritionists will recommend to runners that they don't use orange juice. They simply use a very diluted juice or diluted Gatorade. The more sugar in your stomach, the more water will end up going to your stomach to dilute the sugar, and that means that you'll get dehydrated quicker and you might cramp up if you're running. So in the summertime, water or very diluted drinks. Many of us recommend simply just water or lemon water. Okay, number 2. You can use your smartphone or desktop to download an app that can help you write down recipes and make up your grocery list. There's several apps here that I can recommend. There's something called Cook Smarts, which is a meal plan newsletter and blog. I'll give you these links in the show notes, but you can simply plug in cooksmart.com or relish.com. The cost is free for this one, and it includes cooking tips and instructional videos. So that's kind of cool. There's also another desktop app that's called Plan-to-Eat, and this helps you easily plan your meals and recipes for the week. And I know many of you are not list makers or planners, but if you can do some of this on paper, it will help when you go to the grocery store and are trying to figure it all out there. This app also lets you drag and drop recipes onto the day that you want to make a particular item. Then it will make you a shopping list from there. And then it will print it all from your desktop or store it on your cell phone. Now, this Plan-to-Eat costs about $4.95 per month, so that is not free. Another app, which is about the same price, $4.90 per month, is called Relish. And this is a similar desktop app that can work from your cell phone as well. It sends you an email every Thursday that reminds you to plan your weekly menu, and it gives you a few suggestions and tips based on what you've entered before. If you drag your recommended recipe onto that planner, it will generate a grocery list. The next app is called Pepperplate, and this is a free app for desktop and cell phones. And this is pretty similar, except that you can make decisions on what recipes you want to cook. Say, for example, you want something simple, spaghetti and meatballs. Then you can write in the ingredients, and it will automatically make you a shopping list. Now, Paprika, which can be found on paprika.com, is an app for either desktop, tablet, or cell phone. And this allows you to download and save a recipe that you find anywhere on the internet. You can modify it and save your preferences. You can also create recipes and meal plans and scale the recipe to the number of servings you want. Say, for example, it calls for 4 servings in a particular recipe. You can just type in you want 2 servings and it will change the amounts automatically. Now, this is a little more expensive. It's a one-time purchase of $19.99 for laptops and $4.99 for cell phones. So number 2 was apps and desktop planners. Number 3, I know this is very sad for some of you. My recommendation to curb your calories is to watch the alcohol calories you take in. A lot of people feel that beer turns into sugar, and they point to their beer belly to prove that. In fact, that is not the case. Beer is an alcohol, as is vodka, amaretto, wine, etc. Alcohol has a lot of calories and is generally considered to be burned like a fat by your liver. So the alcohol goes to your liver and it is burned for energy. Just to give you an example of the calories, a jigger of vodka, or 1.5 ounces, is 80 calories. And that's not counting all the things you might throw in to dilute the taste. But let's face it, we all like a drink now and again. My recommendation is just be aware of the amount, and if you're counting calories, add that to your total count. Now, number 4, don't clean your plate. So you want to be a member of I'm Not Going to Clean My Plate Club. Speaking of this, Jerry Remy, who is a sportscaster for the Boston Red Sox, told his story of how he lost 30 pounds. He said, I ate my usual food, but I only ate half of the food on the plate. You know, that's actually not a bad idea, especially if you can save the other half. Or as I do when I go to a restaurant with my sister, split an entree, and then you're eating half of the calories. Number 5, instead of fruity drinks or soda or even vitamin water, try drinking just plain water, maybe with a little squirt of lemon, and eat watery fruits. watermelon, honeydew melon, cantaloupe, strawberries, blueberries. All of these watery fruits not only have fiber and vitamins, they tend to fill you up, and they're very low in calories. Watermelon is, I believe, 95% water, so you can eat a whole ton of watermelon, and you're probably ingesting only about 100 calories. Number 6, be self-aware. Be very self-aware. In other words, we're playing the mindfulness game here. Think about when you want to eat. What do you crave? Because we all crave food, but think about maybe what types of food you crave, when you crave it. Are you at a party or a restaurant with people? Are you by yourself and bored? Think about whether or not you're a planner or a list maker. If you are, utilize that to your advantage. If you are a person who likes to open the refrigerator, lean on it, and stare into it, maybe keep that refrigerator stocked with watery fruits and salad stuff. There's really no need to avoid breads. If you buy organic bread from the local baker, that's even better. If you're hot and want to cool down, the best thing to do is stock your fridge with foods that are not dense in calories. As we just said, calories are heat energy. The more calories you eat, the higher your body temperature goes. And I'm sure we all want to stay cool as a cucumber in summer and enjoy the beautiful weather outside. Now, in the next couple of weeks, as I promised, I'm going to look into recipes and food delivered to your house. There's one that delivers all organic food called sunbasket.com, and I'll be ordering food from there as well. And I'll be doing some chowing down on all this delicious food and reviewing the different companies, so you can check them out if you wish. That's another way to avoid cooking and heating up your oven. So that's all I have for you today. Be well and tune in next week for Healing Outside the Box. Bye for now.